Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our live stream. It's not our first live stream that we've ever done here on the channel, but it's been a while since we did one. Do you remember when we did one before?
I do not remember. It's been a while for me for sure.
Well, we've hit 2,000 subscribers, so that's part of the reason. I want to come on and say thank y'all for subscribing. We've hoped the content has really helped. We put this content out there to help y'all that are, mostly looking, I think, to move to the area, but I think we get a lot of local people watching as well. Yeah, it's hard to know. So, and then I'll ask this later once we get some more people on. But if you are watching, if you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, whatever the case may be, let us know down in the comments or the chat. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from here locally? Or tell me, are you in Madison, Brandon, or somewhere else?
I was like you, Jared. Just put it in the comment. Let us know.
Get this closer to you there.
Put it in the comment and let us know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I really do want to know. I have a suspicion that there's a lot more local people than we maybe realize, because we do kind of have that that lean towards people who are moving here with the content. That's what we're making the content for. But we like the local people too. So whatever the case may be, I'm glad y'all are here. Glad y'all are watching us, and glad y'all are subscribed if you are subscribed. But what we want to do today is just kind of give you an opportunity to ask some questions. If you're watching, if you've got some questions, we'll be watching for those in the chat on here. And then also, if you don't have any questions, we have some that we've picked out from the comments. So y'all ask questions in the comments all the time, which we appreciate.
Oh yeah.
They do help us out a lot. So keep doing that. Keep asking those questions, because sometimes, I'll go those comments if I'm kind of struggling to come up with what I'm going to make a video about today. I'll get in those comments and find the topic that I'll make a video about. So do that. Leave those comments, and especially here if you're watching this live stream, if you've got any questions, it's almost like a ask me anything type of deal to some extent. Ask me anything type of deal for y'all if y'all got any questions. But I did go through. I got some that people have been asking. I'll give you one. Some of these aren't questions. Some of them are just things people asked. But let's hit this one first, because this is one that a lot of people have asked about, kind of. And Michael Reed, Michael, if you're watching, Michael leaves us a lot of comments.
I was going to say Michael might be our top commenter.
He's one of the top commenters for sure. This is one he asked, how's the water situation in Ridgeland? This was 3 months ago. I did go way back looking for comments to pull for this. And is it as bad as Jackson? So I think we can give you a little update on the water situation in Jackson, as well as just the kind of in general, the water situation. And let me make sure that we're doing good here. If y'all can, if somebody is watching, let us know too. I don't see the output side of this. Make sure that you can hear us. So if you can hear us, give me a thumbs up or something. If you can't hear us, give me a thumbs down. I guess if you can't hear us, you don't know what I'm telling you. So I see it looks like we've got 2 people maybe watching. So if you can hear us, let us know. But we're just going to keep going until we don't know, assuming that you can hear us. But give you the update on we
got a thumbs up.
We got a thumbs up. So thank you for that. Glad you can hear us. Update on the water situation in Jackson is right now where they are. There's still a lot of work to be done as far as the actual problems that are there. As far as being stabilized, can you drink the water in Jackson? Is that boil water notice gone? Yes, there's water pressure back in Jackson. You can, the boil water notice has been lifted from that, has been for a little bit. And they've got some kind of temporary fixes in there. There's still a lot to be done, and hopefully those plans are in place to get that done. But as of right now, I'd say the crisis part of it,
yes,
is over. Now,
the national news part of it is
all right.
There's still work to be done, like Jared said. This time of year is usually not a good time for that, because of the infrastructure being older and things like that. During the cold season, which we're going into, they usually have some breaks and stuff like that. So it's an ongoing thing there. But overall, it's a lot better than it was. But to answer the question, what about Ridgeland?
So that's the thing, and I tried to make this point in a video we put out when all this was really kind of at the peak. The water system in Jackson is not tied into Ridgeland or Flowood or Madison or Clinton or any of these other suburbs, neighborhoods outside of the city of Jackson that a lot of y'all be looking into.
Currently, it is tied into Byram, I believe. But Byram is actually working to get their own water, and they had actually started that process prior to what happened.
So I had mentioned that in the last video, and I got a comment on there, and I didn't include it in the ones that I clipped, but somebody did say they live on the Jackson Byram line, and the water in Byram was fine, and that was at that time. So
Okay.
maybe it is in some isolated spots, but other than that one minor exception, all these other suburbs are not tied uh, into that water system. So that's good news. You know, if you are looking for those and if you're worried about the water situation, you don't have to worry about it there. And I'd say good news too in the fact that the crisis part of the situation in Jackson is over, and we're working down that road towards fixing kind of the more long-term issues. But to move on though, I see we've got a question here. You said Gluckstadt PD topic. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? It may be something that I have to go back and do some research on. Some of y'all, if y'all got questions that I don't have the answer to, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I do have the answer to it.
Right.
But I will go look into it and get the answers and make a future video about it. So if you could elaborate that on that, Nick, let me know
Could it be
what you're looking for there.
Police department.
I'm sure it's PD is police department. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what.
What exactly do you mean by the topic?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
They do have a police department.
They do. I was in Gluckstadt yesterday showing houses in that little area.
Yeah.
There were two sitting right there, separately from each other. So be careful if you're going through Gluckstadt.
So, yeah, but let us know what else you're talking about there. But anyway, I'll move on while we're waiting on that. If we get that from you, we've got a few other ones here. Here's one that actually I've been thinking about doing a video on myself. This wasn't really a question, but we're talking to somebody else that don't forget about the lake on the way, and they said for the better. That's the new One Lake project that they've been. I say new. It's actually
been going on.
They've been talking about it for a long time,
and nothing ever happens. It's going to be great if it does, because it's really cool and all the opportunities there with development. But don't hold your breath.
Yeah. Well, so I do have a little bit of news on that because I did start. I have not fully planned out the video that we're working on to update on that. But recently, the Army Corps of Engineers has devoted $221 million. I don't know if it's specifically to that, but to the
I didn't know about this.
To solving the problem of flooding in Jackson, which that was one of the primary purposes of the One Lake.
When you say recent,
let's see. I had it up here. Let's see. We're live. We'll just keep going. We'll find it. Pretty recent though. I think it was back in August.
Can you pull the screen over so I can see the comments? Nick, I saw Nick made a comment.
I did. I'll get back to that in just a second. That was back in, looks like October. They've allocated $221 million. And I'll share this real quick so y'all can see it.
As the topic says,
so
is that a sign One Lake will come to fruition?
Yeah, right. So this is, is it going to come to fruition? And there's other articles that kind of lean towards it. This was really more specifically towards that. Going to be going towards that. But if you also want to know what the One Lake project even is, there's I will say this: there is also people who are against it, for conservation and things along the Pearl River. So that's another thing I want before. That's why I hadn't put out a video. I want to kind of see both sides of that because I've only kind of seen the positive aspects of it. I didn't want to look into that, but maybe I had a link here I wanted to pull up, but I don't see it now. I wanted to see if there was a map that I could show you. But they actually have one on this one, I know. Or not that one. Let's get the right one here. Part of the thing about being live, you got to go figure out stuff as you do it. This is the map. Now, this is the site that's against it, but they're showing kind of some of the problems coming up to that. But this is kind of the scope of the One Lake there, running between basically Jackson and Flowood / a little bit of Pearl. And I think it's, at least from what I've seen, it really feels like it could be a good project. Let me stop the screen share.
Well, like you said, we've only really seen about the development potential with residential housing, commercial, the kayaking, I think the biking trails and all that along the Pearl River. And just all the outdoor activities that go along with it. And there's other cities throughout the United States that have done similar things, and it's been very successful.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, just kind of like from a curb appeal for the city, kind of, if you drive by Jackson Line 20, for example,
Mhm.
and you look, you can see the buildings, you can see the dome of the Capitol off the distance, but it's kind
Downtown.
of, it doesn't look that great between there and there. And just to have that cleaned up, I think would give it a lot better look. If you're somebody driving by, maybe you'd see that and say, hey, I might want to stop and visit Jackson versus nothing to see here, which I'm afraid that's what a lot of people might think
Mhm.
with it the way it is, or how it has been. So I'm hopeful that maybe the good outweighs the bad on that. I don't know, but I'm going to be doing that. We'll look more into that. Let's see what Nick is saying here now. Let's see. I'm reading this for you. So let's see if I can put this up here. So what Nick is saying here, presence of Gluckstadt without a police station, introduction of new force, how that will affect the nice neighborhoods which reside there. And there's actually second part of that, Nick. Nick, thank you for participating here. We really, really appreciate it. I think. I don't know if that's gonna make things better or worse for Jackson. I mean, what do you think?
What was the last part of? You cut it off before I read the last part.
Sorry about that. Um,
Worsen to do.
many Jackson City residents I know flocking to Gluckstadt because of the new force. Do you guys think this will make Jackson's problems worse? I'm saying worse for homeowners, or are you saying? I'm thinking you're saying it would make more homeowners want to leave Jackson to go to Gluckstadt.
Mhm.
If I'm reading that right.
Mhm.
I
don't think so, because I mean that's like going to the other suburbs, for instance, because of their police forces and stuff like that. So I don't think it would.
Yeah, I don't think so. I know they're early on there. There's a lot of infrastructure to be built out in Gluckstadt. It's a very new city, brand
Very,
new.
very new.
It's been it's been a known area for a while. It's we've known that area as Gluckstadt before it to be an official city. I'm guessing, obviously, Nick, you probably know this, but maybe for other people watching, it's only about a year that it's been in existence as an official incorporated city.
A year as of January.
So, yeah, lots of stuff still to be done there. I don't know, and I'll look more into that. That could be a topic. I'll make a note of that.
It's definitely a lot of new development out there, a lot of construction, a lot of things happening in Gluckstadt. Sorry, I got distracted.
It's in the afternoon and kids are coming home. I'm in the studio is part of the house here, so that's what's going on out there. So I don't think these mics pick that up, but we've got some extra noise here.
I heard in my ear here, and it distracted me.
But yeah, lots of new development out there. Actually, Gluckstadt, aside from the city itself, has just exploded. I mean, both from a commercial standpoint, with everything there close to the interstate.
There's a lot of commercial going on out there. A lot of restaurants going out there, and it's kind of like, have you been out there and seen the building with the
I've
restaurants?
been out there, but not to any of the restaurants.
Well, you got the Pot and Paddle, which is a Cajun place, jambalaya place. You got a sushi hibachi place out there. You got a Mexican restaurant coming out. You got the Greek place that's out there as well, a donut and coffee shop out there. You got some other restaurants coming. You got a new grocery store out there. I mean, it's a ton, plus all the other commercial that's going. Yeah, I'm actually surprised of how fast that's all coming up all of a sudden within a year.
I mean, they moved out of the area. We used to have some friends that lived up there, and we were up there a lot in 2014, 15. And then from then to now, it's crazy. So I don't know. I do think a lot of people are going to be looking to go to Gluckstadt. I think it's a hot spot, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. And as they build out more infrastructure there and support in the city, I don't see that changing. It's only going to get better for Gluckstadt, I feel like.
And to kind of go back to Nick there, all of our suburbs have kind of been growing though.
Oh yeah, I mean
that's the around the whole Jackson Metro.
Yeah, and that's, I'd probably say going up that way and up in kind of the Flowood area, probably the biggest two. I think I don't think anywhere probably rivals the Gluckstadt area as far as just the amount of growth that's happened in a short period of time.
In a short period of time, correct.
Yeah. Let's move on to some other stuff. Appreciate that again, Nick. If anybody else has questions, we're taking, if we can answer the questions now, we'll answer them now. If it might become something that we use in a future topic. Again, I want to thank y'all. If you're a subscriber, thank you for helping us get to 2,000 subscribers. We've had a few more people join, so I just want to mention that. And also, if you just leave us a little message, let us know where you're watching from. Are you here local in the Jackson Metro? Let us know what part of the area you're from, or if you're not here at all, what part of the country you're in. We like to know. We've got people all over the country. That's one thing I want to say. We've helped people. We do the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And we had a guy actually wanted to. He gave us this comment. He said, "Are you still doing real estate? If so, I'm interested." Yes. Yes, we are.
Yes, we do real estate.
We do real estate here. We are both with EXP Realty here in the area, and we love making the videos. Actually, make the videos is just about one of my favorite things. But even more than making the videos and helping you give with the information, we really, really like helping you make that move here to the metro area.
That's right.
So
Jared loves the videos more than me. I like meeting you in person and helping you and getting to really know you.
I like meeting you too. Don't be wrong. But that's our contact information here. I put the arrows because one of those numbers comes directly to us, and the other number I'm required to disclose because of Mississippi regulation. So if you see our other videos, we have both those numbers in there. That 601-292-6070 is the one that comes directly to us. The 455-0101 goes to our broker's office, and you won't get to talk to either one of us if you call that number. But if you want to call them, there it is. I'll let that keep scrolling there for a minute as we keep going. So we've got a few more comments from old ones. If nobody has any new questions, if you do have a new question, let me know. That's what we're here to answer for. We'll stay on for a little while. I've got some other comments. We had another one again. Our friend Michael Reed. I'm telling you, I think Michael, you're our top commenter. But you said, can you catch a J-Tran bus near Ridgeland? So if you don't know, J-Tran is the only public transportation system that we have in the area
here in Jackson,
and it is exclusively within the city of Jackson. So the way you asked the question, can you catch a J-Tran bus near Ridgeland? Yes, very, very near Ridgeland. You can, they run right along. I've got the route here. I'll show you. I pulled this up before we got on because I knew I was going to share this.
And when Jared asked me this question, I was an immediate no, because I did not realize that J-Tran came up this close to Ridgeland on County Line Road.
So here you go. There's the line that runs right on this top part there, that yellow line. That is County Line Road right there, which on one side of County Line Road is Jackson, and the other side of County Line Road is Ridgeland. Hence
the name, County Line Road.
So, yes, you can very near to Ridgeland, but not in Ridgeland. Just very close right there. You can get on the J-Tran, but it is limited to the city of Jackson. So if you're wanting to get out into Ridgeland or Madison or any Clinton, you're not going to be able to do that on J-Tran, unfortunately. Maybe one day they'll expand that. I don't know. I don't know that there are any plans to do that, or maybe partner with some of the other areas. I think it would be a benefit, if we could do that. But
we just need more growth.
We need you to get down here if you're thinking about moving to the area. Make it happen. Come on. I'll stop that ticker down there because it kind of gets to know I run it. I'll put it back up if you need that information though. Check the chat here, see if we got any more comments. Wanted to run this for maybe about at least 20 minutes. We're coming up on that, but I hope we get some more questions from y'all. We're going to keep on. We got some more. I thought this was a good one too. Once again from Michael. He asked the good questions. Do you know if many of the houses in Jackson have basements? I get this question a lot from people. Actually, people want to know.
Yes, but the majority of the homes here in our area do not have basements. And I would go back to our water table and our Yazoo clay soil is probably the reason for that. You can go into some older homes in Jackson and find some basements, but it's very, very rare to find basements in our area.
I don't know if this is true, but somebody up north, I had seen somewhere else ask this question about why do they have, farther up north, you'll see basements very common versus down south, you don't typically see them. And basically that had to do with the part of the ground that typically freezes, and you need to have your substructure of the house, the foundation below that freeze line. So to do that, you dig your basement, and that's why your foundation is lower. I don't know.
Oh.
Do you know anything about that? I don't know if that's the case. I'd always heard that you said the water table thing, and that's probably something to do with it in some places too. But here, it might just come down to the fact that they don't need to, because that ground does not freeze regularly or for very long if it does. So they're able to just build the slab right there on top of the ground, more or less. So there you go. Yeah, basement's not very common. You can, though.
We do get asked that a lot.
I suppose if you wanted to build a custom house and you really wanted a basement, wanted to pay for it, somebody would,
for a certain
somebody,
amount of money, you probably
somebody
make
would
it
build it
happen.
for you.
You'd have to do some extra stuff to protect it, but yeah.
Yeah, you could do it. Another one here, and I wasn't sure on this one, but I wanted to include it. They said, "Does Mississippi have diversity?" I'm just going to say that I think they meant inclusion. I think there's a typo. I googled diversity intrusion to see if that was a term that I was not aware of, and if it is, I didn't know, but I couldn't find it on Google.
What did
either.
Google say? Okay,
couldn't find it on there. So I'm gonna take that to mean, is there in diversity in Mississippi? I would say 100% for sure. Yes, it is a diverse state, and I can even show you. To back that up, we get over here again. Let me pull this right here. We got some statistics for you right there. So if you want to see, I know it's going to be hard to see the way this spreads it out on the screen. I apologize for that. Maybe I can widen it and zoom in.
That looks better.
There you go. But you can see white alone. And I don't know how they ask the question, because you see white alone, not Hispanic, and then you also see white alone. 58%. 38% black. Now, outside of that, I would say some of these others, they, you see that what's here, those don't make a big part of it, according to these statistics. Which I'm surprised, honestly. I'm surprised because I feel like I see a pretty good mix of different people and cultures and things throughout. But this is the numbers from the state. So this are from the Census Bureau. We're nearly 40% black or African American in the state. So yeah, I think it's it's definitely not homogenized. I mean, it's it's straight from the Census Bureau.
Census Bureau. Okay. I was wondering because we do have a pretty big college population here with the colleges and stuff. I wonder if that's included in this or not.
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like they do, but I'm not sure. Not sure on that on the Census Bureau. That's the data. Since it was asked, I wanted to include it. Just because I do get people are sometimes surprised that it's as they'll get here and be surprised that it's diverse as it is. So yeah, we do have a good bit of diversity here in Ridgeland. Somebody else said this one. I thought this was good enough to include it. They said, "Stop, OMG, stop rambling." No, I'm not going to do it. I got to get into these stories sometimes.
Yeah,
and tell
you
you
have to tell stories. Stories just make
tell you what's going on. If it's just me up here.
Giving you statistics,
giving the facts and the statistics all the time.
Boring.
That's not very fun, is it? So I try to have a little fun with this. That's not how I want to make YouTube videos. So I told them just play it on 2x speed. You can get through a little quicker. That's a little pro tip for you there on YouTube. You can speed things right up. Because I will say this.
Told me that.
I feel like when I'm making the videos, I'm talking really fast. I'm talking fast, and then I'll go back and watch the videos when I'm editing the videos, and I'm like, man, I'm talking so slow. So I know what you mean. It's just, we are from the South, how it is. It's a little bit slower pace, both in life and how we talk. So it is what it is. I had another good one here. I thought somebody's coming down here to start a car detailing business. Mike J. Vivo, planning to start a mobile car detailing business. Flow is one of the locations I'll be servicing. Want to know, our average neighborhoods, are they above average?
And just in Flowood?
So our Flowood neighborhoods average or above average? And I would say yes.
Yes.
There are some that are average, because I think the average right now, I say average price points, where are we at for the whole area, for the whole metro area? I think we're around 3 to 320 somewhere. We're up from where we were about 280 a few years ago. But
it's only gone up. I hadn't looked at that number recently, so I can't tell you off the top of my head that number. But Flowood's going to be above that for sure.
Yeah, so Flowood is on average above that, but are there neighborhoods in Flowood that are below that average? Yes, and you can get in under 300 for sure in Flowood. You can also find new stuff up in the 600s, maybe 700s,
or over a million.
Yeah, I'll say over a million. But a good bit kind of in between there too. So yes, above average, below average, at average, way above average. They're all in Flowood. There you go. We got another comment here. Travis, I think we had kind of commented back and forth in the past. We get your comment pulled up here. And we didn't get to connect. I know you were in town, so sorry we didn't hook up. Had an awesome time. We were down the week of Thanksgiving, stayed at the refuge, and I kind of want to go stay at the refuge myself, just for a little staycation. It's been pretty long, pretty nice.
Look at there. I didn't
Across the hall from Shadur.
Shador and Travis.
So
Hunter.
you know, he's not going to be here much anymore, I guess.
No, he's going to Colorado. Both of them actually.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. So I wanted. Did you get to meet them or talk to them at all? I actually met him. So can I say this now? I think I can say I met him.
You can say.
I'm not going to tell you how I met him.
You don't have to tell him.
But I did meet him, and well, I met him and his dad too.
Yeah.
Met him and his dad when they were first coming down here, and that was pretty cool. I actually got to spend a little bit of time with them. So I think, you know, if you talk to me in person, I think in person I'm past my statute of limitation on being able to talk about some things.
Take it to the grave, Jared.
Oh well, some things maybe I have to. That's cool, Travis. Though, yeah. Let me know next time you're in town. We want to get up. You know, that was just a. I think I was out of town and well, it's Thanksgiving week, so you know we had things going on. But
and Travis said he had an awesome time. Are you coming back? Like Jared said, are you coming back? Did you enjoy it? Did you like what you saw?
He's moving here for sure.
He is.
I'm assuming, right? Like you had a great time. You're coming down here anyway. I don't know. Let us know. Hey y'all, you know, I appreciate y'all watching again. We want to do more of these live streams. This is just the first one. If you like live streams, give me a thumb up. If you say you want us to do more live streams, answer these questions. We want to do it. And if you are watching, let us know where you're from. I know there's a few people, even if you're watching this after the fact, let me know where you're watching from. We want to get a better idea where people are watching because, you know, we kind of make this content here to help people get to know the area, and that are maybe looking to move here or just not familiar with the area. And if I knew that half our audience was local, we might make some stuff for you. So we don't know what we don't know, and YouTube will not give us that that detailed of information. They'll tell me most of our audience is in the United States, which is you know shocker, but we do have more out though. You know.
We have talked to people that are not in the United States.
We've talked to people from. I had a long conversation with a guy from France one time.
Canada,
Mexico,
Australia, or is that
Japan? We had one from Japan, yeah, and all over the country. So to anybody who we've worked with, thank y'all.
Yes, thank you.
I want to mention again in case you weren't watching the last part. We love making the videos. We would love to help you out even more. If you are making that move here, we've helped people from, I wrote a little list down, California, Texas, Illinois, Florida, Washington State, Washington, D.C., elsewhere in Mississippi. Somebody moved from North Mississippi.
That's right.
New Jersey. And I feel like I'm missing some more, but that was just the ones off the top of my head I could think of.
Canada.
Do we have Canada? Yeah, we do have Canada. We have Canada.
That's next month.
Canada next month. And then thinking if there's any, well, I will say California, Illinois have been the top two, which I thought California might be, but Illinois was a surprise. Let's see. I don't know. We'll do one more of these. Which one?
I'm looking over there.
I wrote a little sheet of my questions here. Well, let's see. Have I done those? Oh, yeah, we didn't do the housing market, did we? Somebody had asked about the housing market. We'll close out on this one unless we get another question in the chat. If you're watching the chat, you got a question. Now's the time. Somebody said, "How's the market? How's the housing market in Jackson right now?"
So the housing market in Jackson is we still have low inventory. It's still a seller's market. Can you get better terms? Yes. Can you possibly get something off the price? Yes. It all depends on the house and the seller and how motivated they are in the situation. But it's better to buy now than it was a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, definitely 6 months ago. So yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Actually, I just had a lady get how much? $16,000 off a house, for instance. So you can get money off, but there are some that you cannot.
Yeah. So well, here's I want to make a point about it though.
Okay, make your point.
So if you look around the country, if you look at these statistics in housing markets, our housing market here has remained appropriately priced or undervalued.
I truly believe our market was undervalued before the prices went up because they've gone up so drastically here, and they're sustaining still today. Are people pushing the market? Yes, and those are the ones that are having to come off that price and get back to what it should have been in the first place. But our values, like Jared just said, are holding. They aren't really reducing.
Well, the difference is a year ago, if you were somebody who wanted to buy with an FHA loan, USDA, you don't want to come out of pocket for a lot of extra stuff. It was very difficult to even buy. So,
I don't think you
if
were
you
buying
even
then.
could, and that's the thing is, people will compare that and say, well, 6 months ago or a year ago, you could have got 2.5% interest. Now you're paying 6% interest. That's true if you could have bought a year ago, which
Mhm.
in many cases you probably couldn't have if you weren't a cash buyer or if you didn't have $20,000 or $30,000 on hand to put down to pay over appraisal, to pay all
All
your
your
closing
closing
costs, to
costs.
pay all these other things. And now you can get the seller to pay some of your closing costs in a lot of instances. You don't have to pay over appraisal.
There have been a few multi-offer situations still, so those are still happening, but nothing like they were.
Yeah. So I mean, just it's been a complete reversal of how it was. Really, for almost the past 2 years, in the sense of you can actually get into the market now. Are you going to pay a higher interest rate? Yes, but does that really matter if you couldn't have even gotten it? You couldn't have done it before. So that was the point to make there, that now you can actually do that, and we remain one of the most affordable markets
in the United States.
in the country. And I want to add to that again. A lot of people say, well, there's not as many opportunities there. You're not going to make as much money, and that's to an extent true. In some cases, but are there high-paying jobs here? Are there opportunities here?
Mhm.
You got new investments going on with the Nissan plant. You've got all the medical hospitals and medical facilities, doctors' offices, things like that here. We're kind of the hub for the state for
Mhm.
that. Continental Tire, they, within the last few years, they built a pretty huge plant over on the other side of Clinton. So there's a lot of opportunity here.
Mhm.
You got Raytheon over in Forest.
Yes.
Um, so lots of things, lots of high paying jobs there, and to have that kind of opportunity combined with the low cost of living, you'd be very hard pressed to find anywhere in the country, I think, where you can get that combination.
And then if your job allows you to work from home, make the
Make
money
make
and
whatever you
get
make.
the cost of living here.
That's right. And then too, I will say this: a lot of our people who have moved, a lot of the people that have reached out to us who have moved, have been, either already retired or retiring and moving here.
Mhm.
And I don't think we make that point enough, that Mississippi is very retirement friendly.
Yes.
You get a lot of tax benefits on income taxes, property taxes, that you can get if you're retired, if you got pensions and retirement income like that. So it's definitely a good deal for you. So y'all have been on for a little over 30 minutes. And I wanted to do at least 20. I appreciate y'all that
He's rambling.
participated. Hey, y'all said stop rambling. I'm just gonna keep going. I want to give people a chance to get on. So thank y'all for the ones that are watching. Again, if you're not already, get down there, hit that subscribe button while you're here. I want to make sure you see the videos. We've got a lot planned for 2023. It's going to be, I think, a big year. Like I said, we just hit 2,000 subscribers.
Yep.
So we get 2,000 subscribers, and we make content that's targeted for people moving here. We know about all the opportunities here, the new stuff. I think it's going to be a good year for the metro area. It's been a good time to get into it. You can finally get back into the housing market here. If you're looking to move here and buy, you can do it. Interest rates are not as high as they were. They were like 8%. Now I'm hearing like 6, high 5s.
Yep.
So
the Fed's increased the rate, so we'll see how that affects us.
Well,
it went up last time and the rate went down, so it all depends. Sometimes the lenders are already putting it into the rate, so it's already covered.
Well, that's actually the case. They didn't increase it. They lowered the amount that they increased it by. They were going up by 75, now 50. Anyway, we're running on. Thank y'all. If y'all got any more questions, if you're watching this after the fact, put it down in the comments. If you got something a little more specific, personal that you need to know, you know what to do. Here, put this over here. Up there.
Again, shoot us a text or give us a call.
Call, text, email. It's one of us that you'll talk to. It's not
it's not somebody else. It's us.
You call that 292-6070 or text that. It's me or Charles that you'll be talking to there. So we'll be glad to help y'all with any questions y'all got. Yep. If you're moving here, or like I said, I don't know how many local people we've got. If you're local and you got questions too, I mean, obviously we do that too. We're here for you either way. So thank y'all again for watching. Thank you for those that are subscribed. Thank you for those that are hitting the subscribe button right now. Thank you for that. I see you. Yeah, good. Okay, there you got it. Thanks. All right, y'all.
Thank y'all.
We appreciate y'all, and we will catch you on the next video. Be looking for that. And again, if you got an idea for a topic, I need them. Let me know.
We'll talk to you later.
See ya.